Hi Libras, this is your general energy reading for the week of June 29th through July 3rd. I will be getting clarity on a situation that you'll be dealing with that week, and then afterwards I'll get some advice from your guides. To start off, the overall energy for this reading is the King of Cups. So this reading is around focusing mainly in position you're in. This could be as a healer, a spouse, a parent, something revolving around your heart. For the recent past, you have the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the World card. So you've been stuck in your head, something that's been keeping you up at night, really worried, stressing about a situation, feeling some deep unhappiness, maybe even feeling some regret over a situation. After not connecting with this King of Swords, this could be some type of professional. And this anxiety over a situation causes you to seize an opportunity for some type of big change. This could be some type of impulsive decision. And that leads to resolution, closure, the ending of a chapter for you. For the immediate future, you have the Four of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Fool. So it looks like you accepted an offer or an opportunity to really follow your heart in a situation after you've were dealing with some mental overload because of a loss in faith that something was going to happen. And after really being able to follow your heart, it's causing you to want to seek some encouraging or happy news. And that's leading to a new beginning or fresh start. For the immediate outcome, you have the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So you were either not able to connect with someone, or if you did, it wasn't a very cooperative or a very harmonious connection regarding bringing it into some conflict or hostility through compromise or peaceful resolution. And because of that lack of connection with someone, or just not having a cooperative or a harmonious connection with them, causing you to want to gain clarity on something that you've been confused about or not being able to see clearly. And that leads to taking your power back and escaping and gaining freedom from something that's had a grip on you. I went ahead and pulled a few clarification cards to get a clear picture of what's going on underneath. For the overall energy, the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Tower. So being this King of Cups, maybe a spouse or parent, both, and you're in the situation because of, or maybe you're stuck in the situation because of a delay of the inevitable. You might even be avoiding a situation, but you've been delaying. There's been a delay of the inevitable because of a lack of interest, or a start of a lack of interest or a lack of enthusiasm. This could also be rethinking a situation, or rethinking a situation because you're wanting to wait for a better timing for you to walk away from a situation to a new path. And because of that, that's leading to a delay for you regarding the state you're in of parenthood or being married. For the recent past, for the King of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles, the Moon card, and the Two of Pentacles. So you're dealing with some anxiety, some unhappiness, maybe even some regrets regarding not connecting to this King of Swords. Regarding your uncertainty, and because it's leading to some instability for you, because you're really wanting to drop the illusion and really reveal the truth of what you've been keeping hidden regarding releasing or letting go of a toxic situation or a toxic connection. For the Knight of Swords, you have the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So this anxiety, this unhappiness that you're dealing with, it's causing you to really want to make an impulsive decision, really seize the opportunity for heartbreak, loss, separation. After not being able to, or not wanting to connect with your counterpart, the Queen of Cups, regarding control or through control. Or a controlled situation. For the World card, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever this impulsive decision was, it really brought to an end to something that you've been working towards, and into a chapter of your life regarding your long-term stability. This could be around family, children, home, wealth, resources. And you're bringing it into this after making slow and steady progress, taking things at a step at a time to stay motivated so that your hard work can pay off. For the immediate future, for the Four of Swords, you have the King of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So finally following your heart and really accepting an offer, an opportunity to follow it after you've been starting to lose faith regarding the breaking of generational cycles or tradition. This could be around dissolving a long-term commitment because you're starting to lose faith because of you haven't been putting effort or focus into connecting with this King of Swords, this type of professional. For the Page of Cups, you have the Star card, the Four of Swords, and Five of Pentacles. So because you finally were able to follow your heart, you're now seeking some encouraging or happy news regarding bringing it into your difficulties, your hardships, whatever you've been struggling with. After you've started to lose faith because of focusing on the negative or focusing on not having the desired outcome or disappointment in the outcome. For the Fool card, you have the Two of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Cups. So this is a new beginning, a fresh start to reconnect with someone from your past, or even to revisit a past situation. This could be with this King of Swords, so that you can reconnect and form a strong connection, a harmonious connection regarding your indecision or a delayed decision. And with the Nine of Cups from earlier, this could be because of feeling an overwhelming fear of feeling overwhelming anxiety and fear. But you might have finally gained some emotional stability. So now that you're able to reach out to this person from your past. For the immediate outcome, for the Five of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Death card. So you might not have been able to reconnect with this person, or maybe you did and it just wasn't a harmonious or very good connection. And not around bringing it into whatever you've been dealing with, the hostilities or conflict you've been dealing with, so that you can have a peaceful resolution to something. But you weren't able to connect with them or have a good connection with them so that you can move forward with something. It's not being able to connect with them. It's causing a resistance to change or inability to move forward with something because there's stagnation here. There's a lack of development, activity, progress, and something you're stuck in. And this could be because of unreliable help and support, or for some of you might even be a lack of funds, a lack of payment. But whatever that is, it's if you haven't been receiving the help or support you needed from this King of Swords, it might be keeping you in the stagnation period and not allowing you to move forward with something you've been attempting to. If you're in a marriage, maybe if you're trying to get out of it for divorce, that might be causing an issue. But not being able to connect with this person or not having a very harmonious connection is causing you to gain clarity on something that you've been kind of murky about or confused about, like clarity around. You have the Devil, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. You're able to gain some clarity on a poor decision after there's maybe a lack of communication, a continued communication. Maybe you're just not receiving new information, or even you received some incorrect information regarding a toxic connection. This could be this King of Swords person that you've been trying to connect with. Maybe there's some incorrect information around this connection that led to maybe a poor decision. But you're gaining some clarity on that, and that's leading you to want to take your power back and escape and gain freedom from the situation. And you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles. So you're doing that by not committing to that collaboration. Because of a creation of unrealistic expectations. And this could be revolving around gaining freedom from or clarity on around something centered around your long-term stability, around your family, your home, your resources, money. There's unrealistic expectations around this. So that's leading you to gain freedom, take your power back by not committing to this collaboration. Now let's see what your guides have to say. Any advice for the Libras watching? Invention. Adaptation, adjustment, transformation, and challenge. When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your helper guides are on hand, assisting you in transforming your lemons into lemonade. No matter who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and the negative. Your helper guides urge you to be grateful for the positives of your life and to be creative and inventive with the negatives. They are on hand to help you transform any adverse or challenging situations into one for the better. So, rather than dwelling on your lousy circumstances, get your innovative juices flowing and change the undesirable or adversarial situation into a more satisfying one. Rather than endure an unfulfilling job, for example, be resourceful and courageous and start the business you dreamed of for years. Rather than remain in an unsatisfying relationship, summon enough self-love to move on. This is not to deny the painful aspects of your life. Just know you don't have to tolerate them any longer. Use your sadness, frustration, or lack of fulfillment as an incentive to create better circumstances. Allow your helper guides to get you going. If your circumstances cannot be changed right now, at least change your attitude and make the best of the situation, knowing it is temporary. Do not settle for lemons you encounter in life. Gather their juice and be creative. Ask your helper guides for inspiration and ideas so that you can invent a much sweeter outcome. They are ready and waiting to help. And that is it for the Libra reading, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.